Once upon a time, in a lively household brimming with love and laughter, there lived a young girl named Diamond. As the youngest child and the only daughter in her family, she found herself surrounded by her three older brothers, each of whom brought a unique brand of mischief and joy into her life. Their father, a dedicated company manager, worked hard to provide for the family, while their mother, a caring banker, infused the home with warmth and nurturing. Family dinners were delightful gatherings, filled with animated conversations and shared stories, and weekends were reserved for adventures in the nearby parks, creating cherished memories together. Diamond felt deeply loved, especially by her brothers, who, despite their playful teasing, always ensured she knew she was protected and adored. However, everything changed one fateful Saturday in August. After returning home from her summer lessons, Diamond and her brothers were struck by an unsettling silence that blanketed their usually bustling home. Instead of the familiar sounds of their mother bustling about, they found their father waiting for them, his expression grave. He delivered the shattering news that their beloved mother had fallen ill and had been rushed to the hospital. Panic gripped Diamond's heart as she and her brothers pleaded to see her. They hurried to the hospital, where the sight of their mother lying frail and weak in a hospital bed shattered Diamond's world. Days turned into an agonizing blur as they watched their mother fight for her life, each day beginning with a glimmer of hope, only to be met with the stark reality of her deteriorating condition. Then came the day that would alter their lives irrevocably. Diamond had chosen to stay with her mother while her brothers stepped out for a brief moment to gather themselves. In a fleeting instant, her mother opened her eyes and whispered, "I love you." Tears streamed down Diamond's cheeks as she responded with her own heartfelt declaration of love. But in that instant, the hospital machines began to beep frantically, filling the room with an alarming noise that sent chills down Diamond's spine. The reality of the situation hit her like a tidal wave as she realized her mother was gone. The pain of that loss was insurmountable, and the funeral that followed a month later felt like a heavy, dark cloud settling over their family. As they buried their mother, a part of Diamond felt buried alongside her. With their mother gone, life at home transformed dramatically. Diamond's brothers, the twins Junior and Senior, were sent to live with relatives, while she and her immediate elder brother, J-Boy, remained with their father. Their once vibrant home now felt desolate and empty without their mother's gentle presence. One evening, shortly after the funeral, their father returned home with a young woman named Linda, introducing her as their new mother. Diamond's heart filled with resentment. How could anyone even begin to replace her beloved mother? Despite Linda's genuine attempts to connect and build a relationship with the children, Diamond's anger simmered just beneath the surface. She watched helplessly as her father grew closer to Linda, and when they welcomed a new baby, Amanda, into the world, Diamond felt increasingly overshadowed and forgotten, as if all the love that once surrounded her had shifted to this new child. As Amanda grew, so did Diamond's bitterness. It felt like every little thing had changed in favor of the baby. Comments that seemed harmless, like, "Where's Amanda's juice?" or "That ice cream was for Amanda," pierced through Diamond, amplifying her feelings of jealousy and neglect. One fateful evening, after Amanda's mischievous antics pushed her over the edge, Diamond lost control. After Amanda spilled Coke all over her homework, Diamond's frustration boiled over. When Linda rushed to defend Amanda, Diamond felt an intense sting of rejection, and in a moment of reckless anger, she decided to teach the baby a lesson. While her brothers were distracted, she snuck Amanda outside and locked the door behind her, driven by a mix of revenge and frustration. What followed was sheer chaos. When Amanda was discovered missing, panic erupted throughout the house. Diamond's heart raced with guilt and fear as everyone frantically searched for the baby. She stood back, consumed by a whirlwind of emotions, until Aunt Veronica, the wife of their security man, burst through the door carrying a motionless Amanda who had fallen into the pool. Relief washed over Diamond as she realized the child was alive, but the weight of what could have happened crushed her spirit. Although Amanda survived, a deep fear and mistrust grew between them, But Diamond remained too consumed by her own anger and regret to notice the impact of her actions. As if fate had more lessons to impart, Diamond's life took another unexpected turn when she herself fell seriously ill. Diagnosed with kidney failure, she faced a terrifying reality, echoing the pain of losing her mother. Days turned into weeks of uncertainty as her family desperately searched for a donor. In those quiet, introspective moments, Diamond began to confront the gravity of her past actions and the hurt she had caused. As her health deteriorated, her family rallied around her, and slowly, she began to reconsider her feelings toward Linda and Amanda. Just when hope seemed lost, a donor was found, and Diamond underwent surgery. Upon waking from the operation, the first thing she noticed was the absence of Linda. Confusion and dread filled her heart. J-Boy and Amanda were by her side, but the room felt emptier than before. In hushed tones, her brothers revealed the heartbreaking truth. Linda had died during the operation, donating her kidney to save Diamond's life. Overwhelmed by guilt and sorrow, Diamond felt crushed. All the resentment she had harbored seemed utterly insignificant compared to the sacrifice Linda had made. In that moment, surrounded by the love of her brothers and the memories of her mother, Diamond finally understood the depth of the love she had taken for granted. As the days turned into weeks, Diamond embarked on a journey of redemption. She reached out to Amanda, finally embracing her as a sister and committing to rebuilding their relationship. The guilt lingered, but with every moment spent with Amanda, Diamond felt a sense of renewal. She often visited her mother's grave, pouring out her thoughts and apologies, honoring both her mother's memory and Linda's selfless act. 5 years later, standing at her mother's grave once again, Diamond reflected on the profound lessons she had learned. She hugged Amanda tightly, realizing that their bond was now stronger than any bitterness or resentment that had once clouded their relationship. In the end, Diamond's story serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of compassion and understanding in our relationships. Jealousy can blind us to the love that surrounds us, but by choosing kindness and forgiveness, we can forge deeper connections and embrace the beauty of life. Through her trials, Diamond learned that love, in all its many forms, is worth cherishing above all else.